not what it needs to be right now. Obviously, there was some positives in our guys coming back in the game, but I think our offensive struggles in the first half, beginning of the second half, made it really challenging. I think that bled into our defense, defensively unable to get the stops that we need to be able to get if we want to be able to get over the hump. At this point, everybody within the program needs to look inside and find ways to make the improvements necessary for us to get over the top.
Coach, to what do you attribute the slow first half offensively?
I don't know. I thought many of the looks that we had were clean looks with good shooters. We did want to attack the paint. I thought we settled maybe a touch too much, but it's hard to tell really good shooters not to shoot open shots. And I'll go back and look at the tape. Maybe I'm mistaken, about the quality of the looks. But I do think if a couple of those go in and confidence builds amongst the team, I think that could have helped. But I think the offensive inefficiencies led to the struggles early.
Just talk about, do you feel like you guys need to get to the rim more frequently versus setting for jumpers, especially when the perimeter shots aren't falling, and what needs to happen to make that be more of a steady time for you guys?
Yeah, no doubt. It's their defense is built to keep you away from they don't ever go outside the three-point line. It's easier to move the ball around the perimeter. They want to create it hard for you to get into the paint, but at the same time, we understand we're much more efficient when we do that. We did probably settle at times. Many of those, again, were good looks, but the guys know, and we've made a huge emphasis on trying to be able to throw the ball into the post, beat our man one-on-one, create scoring cuts where guys are open, and be able to get the ball to the inside of the defense, because I do believe, as a coach, to play from the inside out is the most effective way to play.
You played probably about 15 minutes a day without either James or Maxime on the court. What was the thought process there, and are you happy with the way that worked out?
I have to go back and look at the tape and see how effective everybody was. I thought we gained some things with the smaller lineup. James and Maxime both compete hard and play hard, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to find the magic sauce, the lineups that are going to be most efficient, that can play against each team. And so I thought going smaller today at times was going to be beneficial. I think at times it was. I think during much of the run the second half, it was a smaller lineup.
Talk about Carlson, his performance for Utah. Kid, you guys recruited him as well in high school, but just talk about what makes him difficult to stop and just his performance today.
Brandon's very talented. He's a rim protector. The interior of their defense, you always have a shot blocker back there. Offensively, he's expanded his game. He's an excellent three-point shooter, can put the ball on the ground a little bit, can score inside. He's a good offensive rebounder, which is all to say he's a big-time player. And, not a surprise that he did well, but I was disappointed we weren't able to be a little bit more efficient defending him.
Spencer, how do you keep the team focused as a senior on this team as you look ahead to the Cal game and still 16 more games in the conference schedule?
Yeah, it's exactly that. Season's not anywhere near being over. We still have a bunch of work to do, and we'll have a couple string of practices to get better at that. So it's just staying focused day by day.
Talk about what was the key in cutting it down to you guys got within two. You guys could have maybe had this one go your direction. Just what was the key in chipping away at the lead and kind of keeping the team motivated even though you guys have been down by double digits like that?
Most time when teams struggle, you end up with bad attitudes, guys not playing hard, not believing in the scouting report or the play or anything like that. We don't have any of that. The guys are always playing hard, always doing their best. Can we play better? Of course. But in the second half, when we did make a run, the simple answer is we started making a few shots. Defensively, I was actually, throughout the game, especially throughout the second half, we have to defend better. And, we started gambling a little bit more, which is part of the reason for the inefficiencies on the defensive end. Started pressing a little bit, maybe gave a couple there. But at the end of the day, we did get to the paint a little bit more, made a few open threes. And then the last thing on the defensive end that we did struggle with, we started putting them on the line. Sometimes if we could have kept that, challenge shots or done things defensively to keep them off the line and to give them credit. They shot it great from the free throw line, got there 23 times and made a bunch of them.
Yes, sir. Just for Spencer, just talk about your shooting, your rhythm. Feels like kind of once you kind of get one, you kind of pick up. Just what's that like for you, and just that process, and just kind of what's kind of going through your mind as you kind of start to kind of heat up. Yeah.
It's kind of always, for most shooters, once you see it go through the net once, you just build a little confidence. You get a little momentum going. I mean, if I could miss 5 and I'll still put them up with the same amount of confidence. So it doesn't differ too much for me.
And then just any message to Harrison there, missing the free throws there. I know that's obviously something he works on, but just anything, or you just kind of shake that off. How you kind of deal with that when,
yeah. Yeah, that's when all the guys just need to. They're going to be put in that spot a lot, and they need to be able to step up and knock them in. We'll get the appropriate practice and things like that. I think, look, the reality is confidence is a real thing, and I think when things aren't going well and confidence is shook a bit, there's always a flip side of that. And the corollary is once we see the ball going in a little bit, I think that'll spread throughout the team. Said from the beginning, I think we have a good shooting team. It hasn't come to fruition yet, but if we do start putting the ball in the basket, it just confidence spreads throughout the team. Your defense becomes more effective with more energy and more excitement. So there's certainly hope. My job is to create the plan to take that hope and turn it into reality.
My final question for you, just Harrison had that, what looked like was it plus the arm. Did they give you an explanation for that? Or,
Say that one more time.
Harrison had a rebound of the missed free throw.
Yeah.
Plus the harm. They said that's on the ground. Did he get an explanation for that? Or just...
They said he caught it, was fouled before he got in a shooting motion.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.